Okay, so you've clicked on this video, obviously searching to try and improve your footage, and hopefully this is something that I'll be able to help you out with today. So stay tuned and let's cue that cheesy intro. Hello everyone, Andy here, hope you are well. So in this video my aim is to try and help you in improving your footage. I'm going to kind of aim at drone footage, but this can actually help with other sorts of videos. So I've got 5 tips for you and they range from very simple to a little bit more complicated where you actually need to spend a bit more time. And if you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. It doesn't really affect you, but it helps me a lot seeing those numbers increase. And at the end of the video, if you've liked my points and they do actually help you, then please give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate that if you do. So without further ado, let's crack on. So number 1 is keep it simple. Now, what I mean by this is sometimes we get carried away by putting loads of cool effects and mad transitions, and sometimes that can create a nice effect and quite pleasing. But actually, sometimes keeping it very simple, and I mean by just cutting the scenes from one to the other, or a nice sort of dissolve transition, very, very simple, actually creates a very, very nice, classy look. And these simple transitions are what you see in Hollywood, so if it works for them, why can't it work for us? So that's number 1 point, keep it simple. Point number 2 is quality, not quantity. And what I mean by this is we can end up having very, very long shots just because you like that long shot. Me included, I've succumbed to this where I might have a really long drone shot where I've been flying for quite a while and the scene looks really, really cool. But then actually when you look at it, it could be a 30-second clip or a minute section. And one thing I learned doing my drone videos is I was getting comments where people were getting bored and they weren't sticking with them. So one way to keep people's attention is to have more quality shots, so a lot of different shots, but much shorter. You know, keep them sometimes only to a few seconds, rather than having really long, prolonged shots where people will just get bored, they'll either skip or they won't bother watching the rest of the video. So point 2 was quality, not quantity. Point number 3 is music. Now, music, I think, is key to a really good video, to making it cinematic, and actually subconsciously it's much more pleasurable to watch. The thing that I find is key is trying to use the clips that you've got and matching it, sort of editing it to the music. So picking the right style of music for your video. Now sometimes I've seen videos really, really bad where it's like a nice landscape, beautiful scenery, and it's got sort of some sort of dance music over the top, and it just doesn't work. Maybe do a little bit of research, like when I was doing my Norway videos, you know, I kind of tried to find some Nordic style music so it kind of fitted the scene. Kind of this goes with points 1 really, with keeping it simple with the transitions, the music. As each scene moves from one to the next, sometimes there's a little beat or there's a prolonged sound, which then you could have a nice dissolve to. So editing it to the music and choosing the right piece of music is key. So point 3 was the music. Now point 4 is B-roll. So the B-roll could be either where you're kind of the subject and on camera and what you're doing, or it could be ground shots where you're on location, and to add that into your drone footage can make a big, big difference. It can actually help tell a story, and it kind of gives your videos a lot more substance. So one of my favourite videos, and the one that was one of the best received ones of mine, is my Goit Derbyshire Valley video. So, gonna have this brew, wake up a little bit, and let's cue some B-roll. Okay everyone, so I've just got here. So I'm in the Goit Valley, it's really nice and peaceful.
Bye.
If you were to search for that on my channel, I'm sure you will find it. But in that one, what people really liked is how I told a story. I was on camera, so they got to see the person flying the drone. And then as well as the drone footage of the area, I had some shots where I was kind of in the car, out the car, driving, etc. So it just helped tell a story and it just gave it a lot more content. So point 4 was B-roll. Now this is potentially one of the hardest ones, which is point 5, which is master manual. And what I mean by that is to master your manual settings on that's either your camera or your drone. It will make a huge difference. Now when I started out, I did everything in automatic. My drone was set to auto, and what I found was sometimes when you're panning and you're looking towards the sun and away from the sun, the exposure keeps changing, and that's just not very pleasing to see. So if you can master all the manual settings on, it could be your camera as well as your drone, then it's just a lot more pleasing because it keeps it consistent. And that's it. So that's my top 5 that we've gone through. I hope they all made sense and were quite clear. Some are quite simple, and towards the end, as I was saying, that one's a little bit harder to master. But I've done this video in the hope that this will help you. This is from my own experience. I'm not saying it is what you should do, but I'm saying I feel like if you were to take on these 5 points, it would make a big difference to your videos. If you do put any of these points in your videos and take anything from it, in your next video, maybe comment and post a link of that video on this video as a comment so that I can actually watch it, and maybe you could show me what your videos were like before and after to see what the sort of difference is. And if you have enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a big thumbs up. All the likes are really appreciated. Comment on what you thought of the 5 things that I was mentioning. This is not Bible, this is just me, my experience and the knowledge that I have gained over the last 2-3 years of making videos, whether that's just B-roll style videos or drone videos. But either way, I really hope this will help you. So I'm going to leave the video there. Thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully I will see you all again soon. Bye.